Alright, Siege Mode. What's special about it, you may ask? Is it the forward lock gun, the unique hydro pneumatic suspension, or even the fact you can stick your ass straight up in the air? Okay, maybe not that one, but I've just been wondering about it, and one question seems to be pertinent when observing these playstyles. Is it good? Our journey begins at the World of Tanks console site, where it just so happens to remain unupdated. Typical wargaming. What's important here is the little icon for Siege Mode. Notice that it's very prominently latched to your HUD and also neatly color-coded from green to red. Green for flight.
I'm fast as fuck, boy!
And red for fight. Keep in mind, this icon is something you'll constantly have to identify in split-second decisions on the battlefield. Now, look at what they did in 6.0. How? How does this help? I have to remove my eyes from my threat to the lower health bar to make sure my tank is in the right mode before fleeing or engaging. This is going to be a problem, especially with, something like automatic siege mode, which is on the mediums. Current tanks that use this icon are the tiers 8 to 10 Swedish tech tree tanks, the T95E2 and the STB1. To break it down even further, all siege mediums, like said before, have the siege transitions, the automatic, versus the iconic toggle mode for the tank destroyers, where you have to press a button, and I can't tell you where the button is because I don't use the same control scheme. Cool, derp, you might be thinking to yourself, knowing full well I'm about to start complaining about the gimmick. Yeah, it's horrible. For the tank destroyers, it's a matter of armor position and a forward lock gun. I mean, if we just look at the Oh. It's not there! Some of you bright viewers might be saying, oh, use your angles. Well, no! These tank destroyers are facing tier 10, a tier 10 that Wargaming is actively giving away to players. You got the M48A2120, and then you got stuff like the M60 now. If you play for about 2 months straight, you get yourself a free fucking M60. I regret paying for that tank. And then positions for the tank are few and far in between, so if your team just so happens to steamroll the enemy, it's not that hard in this economy. Your position quickly just becomes irrelevant. So you're just going to be stuck there, sitting in the back of the map, turning your siege mode on and off, and then moving. There's no good positions. The gun, pretty much is self-explanatory. I mean, if you get tracked or your engine goes out, you're pretty much dead in the water, unless you have a repair kit. Even then, it takes a while to get up to speed sometimes. And then mediums, they're just weird. It's because you think like an automatic siege mode would be just like so useful, but it's just not. It's finicky. The gun follows your camera weirdly. You can't activate your cruise control like a normal person because you have to be above 20 kilometers and in mobility mode. And then if you take a shot like a normal person, your gun bounces up and down kind of weirdly versus something on a normal tank where it doesn't really do that. Especially in this game. Wargaming probably needs to fix that. So why even play the gimmick if I'm complaining about it? Well, if you're like me in this situation, it's really just for the show and the fact that it is different. A good example is the STB1. The Jap medium was just a basic tier 10 with the 105 before then, outshone by a lot of tanks like the Centurion Action 10, the AMX 30B, and the 48 Patton. I mean, the M48 Patton had higher rate of fire, the 30B was a lot quicker, and the AMX Action 10 had just slightly more gun depression. But now, it's just a monster at times in battle because you could make use of the oddly shaped turret more effectively than it used to be. Being able to lean your tank forward gives the angling that the STB deserves, so it's now more of its own creature. Yeah, too long didn't read. Siege mode is a no-go.